How's it going, everybody? It's Warren, and Avengers Endgame has officially hit theaters worldwide. Millions of people have already seen the movie and are raving about how amazing it was. And after seeing Avengers Endgame, many of those people have some questions. So in this video, I'll explain the ending of Avengers Endgame. Obviously, a huge warning, I'm going to be talking about spoilers in this video. I'm going to be talking about major events of the movie, including how it ends. So if you have not seen Avengers Endgame and you do not want anything spoiled, here is your last chance to click away. Alright, if you're still with me, let's talk about that ending. As we suspected, the Avengers go back in time, collect all of the Infinity Stones, make an Infinity Gauntlet, and perform a snap of their own, bringing everybody that died thanks to Thanos' snap back to life. This included not only people, but all living creatures who died thanks to Thanos' snap. However, right before the snap, 2014 Nebula and 2014 Thanos captured the present Nebula. So Thanos comes up with a plan and sends back the past 2014 Nebula to the future in replace of the future Nebula. And then immediately after the snap, 2014 Nebula opened the time portal to bring Thanos from 2014 and his army into the present time. The present Nebula also comes through with him. They immediately destroyed all of the Avengers compound. And then we saw the most amazing battle of the MCU, Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor against Thanos. One of the biggest parts of the MCU and entire movie was Captain America lifting Thor's hammer Mjolnir. How was Captain America able to lift Mjolnir? Simple. He was worthy. He almost lifted it in Avengers Age of Ultron, moving it just a little bit. The most popular theory going around right now is that he could not lift it in Avengers Age of Ultron because he had not yet told Tony that he knew Bucky killed his parents. However, after Captain America Civil War, he told Tony Stark that he knew Bucky killed his parents. So now in Avengers Endgame, his conscience is clean, which made him worthy to be able to lift Mjolnir. But many people were also wondering, how could he shoot lightning? Thor is the god of thunder, which is why he can shoot lightning, but why did Captain America wielding Mjolnir let him shoot lightning? Well, it's simple, it's because of its enchantment. The enchantment reads, "Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor." So since Captain America was worthy enough to lift Mjolnir, he got the power of Thor, which of course is lightning. The three of them continue to fight Thanos right until they're about to be defeated. But right when they were about to be defeated, we saw many portals opening up in the background. And through those portals came every single hero that exists in the MCU, both the ones who have died from the snap and have now been brought back to life and those who survived. Every single hero in the MCU. We then saw the greatest battle of the MCU's history. All of the heroes in the MCU versus Thanos and his army. During the battle, there are many different reunions, including the heartbreaking one between Tony Stark and Peter Parker. And during this reunion, we learned that those who were victim to the snap remember being snapped. Kind of. They remember turning to dust. As we hear Peter Parker tell Tony, "Do you remember when we were in space and I got all dusty?" Proving that Peter Parker remembers turning to dust, which leads us to believe that everybody else would remember turning to dust as well. However, those that were dusted did not go anywhere after. They didn't go into the Soul Stone or into Soul World, they simply died. As Peter doesn't remember anything, saying that "I must have passed out, because I woke up and you were gone." So those that were dusted remember turning to dust, but don't know anything else because they simply ceased to exist. What was a brief second to those that were dusted was actually 5 years. And as those that were dusted arose back from the dead, Doctor Strange was waiting there for them. Doctor Strange foresaw this future. He knew that he would die, but he knew that everybody would get brought back to life. Therefore, he knew where he needed to be, and he knew that he needed to bring all of the heroes into this final battle to help the Avengers take on Thanos. And that he did. The Infinity Gauntlet with the Infinity Stones that the Avengers made makes its way around the battlefield. The Avengers tried to return it to the past, but eventually it winds up in the hands of Thanos. It all comes down at the end to a battle between Thanos and Iron Man. When Thanos gets the Infinity Gauntlet with all of the Infinity Stones, he looks at Doctor Strange, in which Doctor Strange puts up his finger, symbolizing 1. Referring back to when Doctor Strange went forward in time and saw over 14 million different scenarios in which the Avengers only won one of those. So Doctor Strange putting up his finger telling Tony 1 means that he's telling him that this is the one scenario where the Avengers win. And Tony immediately knows what it means. It means that he has to be the one to grab the Infinity Stones and perform the snap, in which he does and snaps away Thanos' army, including Thanos. And sadly, he dies doing the snap. But he saves the universe. They have a funeral for him in which every single hero is there for. And there's even a teenage boy there which many people do not recognize. This is Harley Keener, the little boy from Iron Man 3. We also learned that Professor Hulk tried to bring back Natasha with his snap when he brought everybody back to life. However, he couldn't. So it appears that Hawkeye was right when he said that the Stonekeeper said he can't bring them back to life. You cannot bring back the people who were sacrificed to obtain the Soul Stone with the Soul Stone. So Natasha and Gamora are dead, at least Gamora from the present timeline. But now 2014 Gamora exists in the present timeline. However, she ran away after the battle, which is why we see Star-Lord searching for her at the end of the movie. And of course, we all noticed that he now has a buddy, Thor. Thor has left the reign of Asgard to Valkyrie, and is now going with the Guardians of the Galaxy on their adventures, calling them the Asgardians of the Galaxy. Which, by the way, is a comic series. It isn't with the Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor, however, it is a comic. So at the end, of course, Professor Hulk promised the Ancient One that he would bring back each stone to each individual point in time where they took them from. Captain America took this assignment onto himself. Professor Hulk says that he will go back to these points in time, return the stones, and then come back. It should be 5 seconds in the present time. However, after 5 seconds, Professor Hulk tries to bring him back but is unsuccessful. Professor Hulk, Falcon, and Bucky then turn and realize there's an old man sitting on a bench nearby. This, of course, is Captain America. Captain returned all of the Infinity Stones to their point in time, but then went back in time before he went into the ice. And that is the timeline in which he stayed. He lives his life out through that timeline, finally getting his dance with Peggy Carter, who he ends up marrying. He lives until he ends up in the present time, waiting for that exact moment when he goes back to return the stones. He then passes the mantle of Captain America to Falcon, giving him his Captain America shield. And that is it for the ending of Avengers Endgame. There's a lot that is set up for the future of the MCU with the ending of Avengers Endgame, which I'll talk about in a different video, but let me know what you all think of Avengers Endgame. What did you think of the ending, and was it all that you wanted it to be? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And a reminder about my giveaway, I'm giving away a life-sized Infinity Gauntlet and a glow-in-the-dark Thanos painting by Glow by Bo. I'll put the link to his other artwork in the description down below. If you'd like to enter for your chance to win, all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel, like this video, and comment down below with your thoughts and your favorite superhero or villain. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
Going to go for your head in Avengers Endgame. Hey, congratulations to your desperation to save the universe. You killed half of its population. Yeah, you did it, very nice. And all it took, you said it cost you everything while crying like a baby. Now you're at number